And the United Nations is warning of a worsening civil order after weeks of Israeli bombardment and firing. The relentless airstrikes have led to hospitals, residential buildings turning into rubble and crippling food, water and electricity crisis, forcing hungry Palestinians to break into warehouses. According to the United Nations, desperate Palestinians in Gaza burst into aid centers after more than 3 weeks of siege and bombardment. This as Israel escalated ground operations in the Hamas-run territory. With the Gaza death toll crossing over 8,000, Palestinian Prime Minister has urged for an end to the aggression to save thousands of endangered lives.
المطلوب الآن وفورا وقف العدوان.
What is urgently needed now is to stop the aggression and allow the treatment of the injured to save the lives of thousands who are threatened by death. The infernal killing machine driven by the instinct of murder, revenge, terror and destruction has not been satisfied yet with the lives it has claimed and the wounds it has deepened. We do not know the number of victims that will be enough for it or the amount of blood that quenches the thirst of the criminal avengers. We raise our voices loudly, stop the war on our people, open safe humanitarian corridors to provide food, medicine, water and fuel and treat the wounded.
Displaced Palestinians in central Gaza Strip are now forced to bathe in the sea and use sea water to wash their clothes amid fresh water and electricity shortage in the Gaza Strip. British Foreign Secretary James Cleverly has said that the UK is working with Egypt and Israel in order to get humanitarian pause to get aid to the people of Gaza.
In direct response to the emerging humanitarian situation in Gaza, the British Prime Minister announced more than doubling of our aid to the Palestinian people in Gaza. But at the moment, that aid is predominantly stuck in Egypt. We're working extensively with the Egyptians, with the Israelis and others to try and have a humanitarian pause, temporary pause, so that we can get that humanitarian aid to the people that need it.
And to this effect, WION spoke to Public Information Officer at United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees, who pointed out that acute shortage of fuel is disrupting the aid work for civilians in Gaza. Listen in.
Yes, we started to have some humanitarian aid coming into Gaza a couple of days ago. But again, those trucks of humanitarian aid did not include fuel. They included a few medical supplies, food, clean water. But again, what got into Gaza is very, very few. It's like a drop in the ocean. We need even more. We need the humanitarian aid to be entering Gaza in a regular, sustained way, in a way that can be enough for all the refugees and the displaced people inside our shelters, so that our staff can extend the needed humanitarian support to all those people. Again, no fuel so far, and without fuel, UNRWA cannot actually operate its desalination plants to generate or to provide clean water. We cannot operate our water wells to get water for people to use for their daily life. We cannot move our trucks, our vehicles. These vehicles are important to transfer the humanitarian support from one place to another. Without fuel, we cannot definitely do this.
Meanwhile, United Arab Emirates has requested for an emergency meeting in which the UN Security Council is due to pass a resolution on humanitarian pause in the ongoing fighting. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.